So, I was going to talk today about my buddy Nick the Nihilist, which is, of course, the name I gave him. But, someone was asking me how I had all these weird adventures. And it's generally the crazy friends I have, particularly, my buddy's born 46, 47 in the Bay Area. They're all nut jobs. So, Nick the Nihilist, when I was in seventh grade down in the South Peninsula in the Bay Area, he was already a legend. He was the most fluid white athlete I'd ever seen. And my brothers were pretty incredible that way. But this guy, and so he was in another school district, but I already heard when I was 12 or 13 about this 5'9" guy who could dunk the basketball, which is, back there in 61, 62, 60, whatever this is, was just incredible. And I saw him play once in eighth grade, and he was spectacular. So when he went to high school, a different high school from mine, he was on the freshman on the varsity, which at that time I'd never heard of either. It usually took till you were like a junior to be on the varsity, but he was so good. And their team was so good that they were headed to the state championship and they were favored. So before, a couple days before they leave to drive to the tournament, the coach calls him in. He said, Nick, he said, I hear you've been smoking. And, Nick, like me, was a chain smoker even as a kid. So Nick acts all outraged. He jumps up. He says, I can't believe with everything we've got at stake that you'd say something like that to me. Do you think I'd jeopardize everything? He goes on. So the coach apologizes. And the next morning, Nick goes to his homeroom. And when class starts, he put his feet up on the desk and lit a cigarette in class. And to this day, that is the biggest fuck you I've ever seen. And when I query him about it later, he just shrugged. When I did weird shit, I always had some philosophical pretense for it. But Nick never did. I don't know if he even